Hello and welcome. This is Japan. And I just realized this is not fully zoomed in. There we go. So, yeah, I have been doing all these WrestleMania feuds and matches for the last week and a half now. And we're finally to this match. I've been kind of saving it because honestly, there's just been a lot that's been going on with it. So I thought it was a nice one to kind of sit there and take your time to actually look at and to talk about because obviously Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. I think everybody was really on board with it, and then they just thought like, oh, what is he gonna do then? Because like him versus Cody wouldn't really be fun. Him versus Gunther's already happened so many times. So then people just turned on Jey instantly, and it just was kind of wild because everybody was so on board when he won for, I mean, at least the most part. And then once they started to realize like, I don't actually know what we're gonna do with this thing, people freaked. And yeah, it felt like both Royal Rumble winners and their feuds afterwards were very, very slow. Like I said, with Charlotte and Tiffany, it kind of felt like the heel babyface dynamic had to switch, so like it slowed it down. But this one was just kind of set in stone. I think it was just the Jay having some issues. He was having some mess ups. He was having trouble on the mic. So it was like all of this stuff was adding up. And I feel like some of it was well, I feel like the majority of the stuff in the beginning was just pressure and it built up, but then now they're doing it on purpose to show. And I think it's really culminated into a way better rivalry once Jimmy got involved, because Jimmy being involved really touched Jay's like side where it's like, well, it's my brother, so I really gotta defend him and stuff. And then when him just getting destroyed by Gunther in front of him, I think made Gunther look like the mega heel that he is. But then also, once Jay clapped back at him, being like, I'm coming after you now, I think it really gave him some teeth in the fight. And I think it really put it to where, like, Gunther now can see that it's going to be a challenge. I think that was the only problem with the story in the beginning, because Gunther really didn't view Jay as a challenge. And it kind of just made the feud feel the same way. They were like, oh, Jay's going to get squashed. Jay's gonna not be able to do anything. It's gonna be a boring title reign like if he gets it. And it's just like, man, you don't even let the guy win first before we even know. Like, we don't know how a title reign is gonna be. Jay could get the heavyweight title and be the best champion in the world. We don't know. Like, people like to say, oh no, 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 it's just wrestling, or it's this. We don't know. We've had plenty of champions that are not the greatest at wrestling. I don't feel like John Cena's the greatest wrestler in the world, but he's good on the mic. People either love or hate him. And I feel like Jay could, be similar to that. Like, he's not the best in the ring, but he's good on the mic. He has people that absolutely love him. He's a lot of people's favorite wrestler, at least in the top. He's one of my partner's favorite wrestlers. I think probably male wrestlers, I would pretty much say it was probably like top three for them. And it's like stuff like that where like people that are even just casual fans or like outside fans, they know of Jey Uso and they know of the bloodline, they know his relation to Roman Reigns, and I think a lot of that does really good stuff for him. He's a merch mover. And then you got Gunther over here, who's going to be a champion probably every other year, if not every year. He's going to be in that main event scene forever. Every pretty much like, hey, if he loses here right now, he'll be over there in that WWE championship hunt in a month or two with Cody or Cena. Like, that is the crazy part with Gunther. He's always going to be towards the top. So like, this will just be another title reign for him if he wins or loses. And honestly, I feel like you're pretty safe to do either way. If you have Gunther win, I think it does destroy a lot of Jay's thing, but maybe they put him back with Jimmy and they put him back as being the greatest tag team of all time type of thing. Or if Jay wins, then he sets off to see what a babyface run could be for him as champion. And I think he probably holds on to it until like SummerSlam, and we'll see how that goes. I mean, he could even be possibly longer than that, depending on how well and how big the crowd is going to be in him. Because the problem is, like, he wins like the merch and people are going to be chanting for him. Like, it's going to be insane. And I think he's going to be one of those needle movers compared to a lot of other people that have been champions in the past. So I think it's one of those things where, like, I think they gave him enough bite. And I think this match is going to be it's just like 2 at 11 right now. I think like every time they're going at it on the mic and in the ring, I think it's been really good. I do believe like we still have Run Raw. This will be aired before the Raw that happens on Monday, right before Mania. So obviously stuff can happen, but I feel like that match, this match, or like this feud should not have anything more than maybe like a backstage segment or something. I think where they left it last time was perfect with Jay like standing up to Gunther. I don't think they need anything else. I think they just kind of leave it like that. Or if you're gonna have like Jay in the hospital with Jimmy and Jimmy's like beat him, and then Jay's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And he's like, yeah, well, I'm not gonna, or even show Jay praying, been like, I pray that you'll still recognize the man that I'm gonna be after what I do to Gunther. Like, that would be crazy cool. And yeah, that's all they need. They just need that little bit of just a chef's kiss, the to just let it go, and I think it will be the perfect ending to everything. But yeah, we've gone through most of these feuds. I feel like the way that the videos are airing, this should be the second to last one or third to last one, because of how it goes. This should be, so if you guys are enjoying this series, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna have double videos all week and shorts and all bunch of stuff. This channel is gonna be pumping for pretty much probably the week after Mania. So if you guys enjoy wrestling content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any ideas for videos or just anything, just throw them in the comments below. And I like to read them, and I get back to them pretty fast. And I just, I enjoy talking wrestling with people. So if you guys have any things and who you think is going to win this match, because that is the craziest part of them all, who wins this absolutely stunner match. But until next time, this has been Japan. Bye, guys.